Hey friends! Welcome to my vlog, a cozy summertime day trip where we are going to explore together the most whimsical, magical and romantic little town in Germany called Rothenburg ob der Tauber. Okay, don't get scared by the name of this town, which means in English, Red Castle above the river Tauber. I have to admit to you, I needed a few days to learn to pronounce the name of the town correctly. Sometimes I still accidentally mispronounce it. I arrived here from Nuremberg with a train, and within 80 minutes I found myself in this well-known and stunning medieval town. Rothenburg ob der Tauber is part of the popular so-called romantic road through southern Germany. For all the romantic souls out there like me, that sounded very promising. Very close to the entrance of the town, near Röder Tower, I stumbled upon one of the most beautiful half-timbered houses in Rothenburg ob der Tauber. The house is called Gerhardschmiede, or in English, the Old Forge. This petite house, that until 1967 was still active as a blacksmith's workshop, with its all carefully designed details, truly looked like it has just jumped out of one of Brothers Grimm fairy tales. This beautiful street is called Wenggasse, and tourists usually come here for making nice photos. But it is really one of many picturesque streets that are making the old town so colorful and inspiring. At the heart of the old town, the church of St. James, or in German, St. Jakobskirche, is located. The church was built between far 13th and 14th century, was originally Catholic, and later on a Lutheran church. So peaceful inside. Just a few meters away from St. Jakobskirche, the long, wide and pretty Herrengasse is located. But I want to tell you the story about this fountain here. In the 15th century, the baker's baptism used to take place here. Well, it was not really a religious sect. What happened was that the bakers who made and produced poor quality bread or too lightweight bread were publicly punished exactly here. And punishment went like this. The guilty baker was thrown in a basket and dunked into the water while people were happily cheering around him. Some people also threw stones at the baker and humiliated him. Yeah, good old Middle Age. Okay, let's talk about something brighter. In Rothenburg ob der Tauber, you can feel Christmas spirit all year round. There is a very nice German Christmas museum with very unique decoration with historic value. And if you didn't know, Rothenburg ob der Tauber is famous for one of the oldest and most beautiful Christmas markets in the world, happening every year here in the heart of the old town. At this point of the day, my friends, I felt a bit tired. But I didn't feel like sitting in some cafe. Or maybe I just wanted a bit time away from all the tourists. So I decided to go and rest a bit while reading in the castle garden close by. The castle garden, with its beautiful panorama, is definitely a place that you have to visit when coming to Rothenburg. The magical fairy atmosphere here is really breathtaking. The Baroque garden with its fragrant flowers, gentle butterflies and hardworking bees looked like a world on its own. By the way, the book that I was reading was The Lonesome Traveler by Jack Kerouac, published in the 60s. The book is a collection of short essays and sketches, a compilation of Jack's journal entries about his traveling to the United States, Mexico, Morocco, the United Kingdom, and France. I was able to identify myself very much with the adventurous, fearless, curious and free spirit of the novelist, as I am myself also always hungry for more knowledge, experiences and skills. I often feel like the place is not holding me, like I don't want to settle down forever at one place. Or I cannot attach to myself one professional label. I cannot say that I am only a painter, or a filmmaker, or a writer, or a photographer. All these things are equally part of me, and I truly disagree with the thought that we are all made for only one career choice for our whole life. We are all lifelong learners, so why limiting ourselves? Unfortunately, the writer Jack Kerouac died very young at the age of 47. At the time of his death, he was living with his third wife and his mom as well. Very interesting character, that Jack Kerouac. Would have been nice to meet him and chat a bit together. Anyway, this time in the park, this wonderful nature bubble, was really good for recharging my batteries, but we still have 2 more places to visit. So let's go! This little square called Plönlein is the most photographed and famous place of Rothenburg ob der Tauber. The term Plönlein means a small square at a fountain and consists of a timber frame house, 2 city wall towers, and a fountain. It has been inspiration for years for many artists, architects, designers, cartoon drawers. One of the examples is Walt Disney's classic Pinocchio from 1940. Plönlein is Rothenburg's landmark, and when I think about the magic of German fairy tales, Plönlein is the first thing that comes to my mind. The last place I visited during my day trip to this cute little German medieval town was the city wall. The wall of Rothenburg ob der Tauber stretches for approximately 4 kilometers, with several towers along with it, and gives a different perspective of the town. That was it, my friends. I hope I was able to send you some fairy tale magic through my cozy day vlog. Thank you for being here. Take care. Bye bye.